Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and this evening we'll be having a look at the latest GFS, GEM, Ecmwf, GFS Ensembles. We'll have a look at some precipitation charts, and we'll also have a look at the live radars. Again, we have more April showers around today. Do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe, as it really does help me out, and make sure you do follow me on Twitter as well for more updates as well. So we're looking at the latest GFS, and you can see we've got this cold sort of northeasterly flow. We've got quite cold air aloft, and that's why we've got these April showers. Strong sunshine with cold air aloft, a lot of instability, and it's providing these quite widespread but generally quite light showers. And we'll have a look at more of those, look at the details of that towards the end of the video. But if we run through the latest GFS, you can see we do get a brief ridge of high pressure over towards Sunday, so showers should cut out a little bit, especially further southwards and westwards. However, low pressure is gathering in the Atlantic, and we have the washout that we're going to be seeing on Bank Holiday Monday. Now, on this latest GFS run, it does look like the centre of that low is going to go through northern England, northern parts of Wales, so that's where the heaviest rain is going to be. And on that northern edge, there is a possibility of even seeing some snow over the higher ground. You can see the -5 ice firm isn't too far away, but generally still be quite windy and rainy around, and a lot of rain around. And we do have a yellow warning in force for that wind in the south, and we'll look at that at the end of the video as well. But if we continue through the GFS, you can see we do start to pull in northerly winds beyond that, and then we got low pressure out in the Atlantic. And we were thinking in the last few days, as this low sort of stalled in the Atlantic, we could bring up some quite warm air from the south, and you see it gathering over Spain, and we could be going into a slight heat wave. Now, this latest GFS is pushing that warmer air a bit further eastward, so it's looking like perhaps we're going to miss out on that. It's still subject to change, but having also looked at some of the ensembles as well, it's looking like it's still very much a minority option. Beyond that, that low pressure clears again. We go into more northerly winds, but then high pressure starts to build in beyond day 10. We do start to pull in easterly winds, but the easterly winds are not going to be particularly cold. This time of year, the continent is warming up, so it's actually a source of warmth. And as we head towards the end of the run, you can see around sort of Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, so 12th of May, 13th of May, we have got quite warm air over many parts, especially further southwards and eastwards, under higher pressure as well. Could be seeing some quite warm temperatures with that. Beyond that, though, it does look like low pressure will sweep in and will go back westerly again. So generally, it does look like quite a westerly run, but again, you can't rule out the possibility of some warmth as ever this time of year. If we now have a look at the GM, see how that compares to the GFS. Again, very similar pattern over the next few days. We've got that low going from northern England, putting some quite cold air behind it on its back edge. And then we have that low in the Atlantic. It's trying to pull up those southerly winds. And on the GM, we do get some quite warm air wafting up, especially through parts of Spain, and it just Spain and France, and it just misses the eastern parts of the United Kingdom. But I do suspect we still could go quite warm from that. Again, if we just shifted this pattern 100 miles further westwards, parts of the east would be going quite warm indeed. Could be seeing 23, 24 degrees, perhaps. Again, subtle shifts in the pattern like we saw with the GFS run and can drastically change the temperatures. So if we don't go into this warmer air and we're more into that lower pressure with cooler air around as well, highs could only be 15 degrees, so it's going to be very difficult to see what happens with that. It is still towards a sort of 8-9 day time frame, so it's still subject to change, but it's not looking encouraging for a widespread prolonged sort of a little warmer spell. Perhaps though a day or so we could see some warmth. Beyond that, it does encourage more high pressure building in, but we do have a little cut-off low towards the Bay of Biscay, which could provide some more showers and thunderstorms, especially further southwards and westwards. If we now have a look at the Ecmwf, you can see generally we have a sort of northeasterly flow, then we got that low pressure coming in again, very similar track to the other models, and then we have that low coming in, bringing up those southerly winds temporarily. And you see again, warmest air goes further eastwards, but you still tap into some warmer air, especially further eastwards. Beyond that, again, high pressure does look like it's going to try and build in from the east, but definitely the Ecmwf is going more westerly in the longer term. If we now have a look at the GFS ensembles for temperature and precipitation, you can see generally below average at the moment. And then As we get towards day 10 and we do pull up those southerly winds, you do see that there is a rise, and there are some going quite warm, some remain cooler, but most are going around average or above average. It's going to bring in precipitation with it, but it's where we see sunny spells in the east. We could be seeing some warmer temperatures, but again, it's very difficult, and we're not really going to know for another couple of days whether this is going to happen. Beyond that, it does look like it cools down, but there's still a lot of scatter, so you can't really look too much into that. There is still a lot of precipitation around, so even though the operational models did go for more higher pressure, especially the GME and GFS, it does look like it is still up in the air what's going to happen. If we look at the 2 meter temperatures, you can see quite a lot of scatter beyond the next 5 days. You can see as we head towards that potential southerly wind, you see some on some members going 20 plus degrees, others only going 12 or 13. So very difficult to call, and again, it's going to be very much a nowcast situation, a day or two out, seeing exactly where that warmer air does go. But yeah, generally in the next 7 days, a lot of precipitation around, westerly winds and weather fronts, so most areas are going to see a bit of rain. And now if we have a look at the latest GFS precipitation charts, you can see a lot of April showers around over the next day or so. Tomorrow, still a few showers around in the east, but further southwards and westwards, it does look like they are cut out a little bit as high pressure does build in from the south before low pressure does come in for Bank Holiday Monday. Widespread big weather fronts moving in, perhaps some snow on the leading edge, but heavy rain generally for most. Beyond that, it does go very unsettled, with a lot of showers and perhaps even some heavy snow in Scotland and northern England, with the colder air digging in from the north, but generally very showery, and then more weather fronts and heavy rain moving up from the south into the colder air again, maybe some snow over the hills. If we now have a look at the latest radar from the Weather Channel, you can see again another day of April showers with a rash of many quite light showers, a few heavier showers, especially around the south coast and maybe parts of Wales as well. Generally, though, they are quite light. Towards Scotland, again, some more heavier showers and perhaps a little bit of snow as well. Again, quite hit and miss. So some areas we'll see, we'll go through a core of one of these showers. We'll see a lot of rain. Others will see very little and just a sprinkling or so. So yeah, still seeing some showers around, good for the gardens, but nothing significant really. Now finally, if we have a look at the latest Met Office warnings, we do have a wind warning out for the low pressure system coming through on Bank Holiday Monday from 12 p.m. on Monday all the way till 9 a.m. on Tuesday. Yellow warning for western coasts and southern England as well. Mostly coastal areas, but perhaps would come inland as well. A vigorous area of low pressure is likely to cross northern England on Monday, with strong winds expected to the south of the low. 40 to 50 mile an hour gusts quite widely, perhaps as high as 60 mile an hour on some coast and hills of England. The winds should gradually ease throughout Tuesday morning. The strong winds will be accompanied by heavy rain at times. You can see it's very likely, but not as high impact. So it is subject to change, but at this stage I don't expect there to be any amber warnings in force. Perhaps the yellow warnings do get moved a little bit, or perhaps become more widespread. But again, it will just be interesting to see what the Met Office say nearer the time. So yeah, if you are on those south coast or western coastal areas, make sure you do keep up to date with the forecast, and if you do have any outside furniture or anything, I perhaps would suggest you bring that inside. Or sort of secure it, as even with 45, 50 mile an hour gusts, it can create a little bit of disruption and have some impacts as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, subscribe new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.